So this is going to be my last one-on-one submission. It's something that's been very heavy on my heart. I just want to thank everyone at ABC for this opportunity. I want to thank Gina for this opportunity. She's been so helpful, so patient with me, working with my schedule and her schedule as well. And I just want, regardless of what happens, obviously I want to be selected and go further on. But regardless of what happens, I really want to thank y'all. There's a lot of things and a lot of topics in my past that, not to say I'm not comfortable with talking about, but that I just always, grown past and moved on and moved forward past and kind of left that behind. And, hearing my mother and my sister's submissions and hearing how anything personal that I wouldn't be able to talk about that they addressed, that they handled, that they came out with, that they were like, Jarrette stepped up and did this. And to be honest with y'all, whenever I first thought about this, whenever, Gina first told me that she'd have to interview them, I wasn't scared, but, I got the chills because now I remember as a kid, my first and biggest dream was whenever they were sick was just having another day, having something else. And now that they're here and in spite of them being sick, them giving me everything, it's always been, they've always been my main motivation. I've never had an excuse to fail. I've never had an excuse to not succeed, like they survived one of the hardest battles ever. What's my excuse? And like one of the questions that Gina asked me, I remember she was like, why do you deserve this? And my answer was simple. It was like, everyone deserves this. It's who wants it. And I guess, the one thing that's hard for me, I guess, as a man and being a real technical and professional guy and not going back on my emotions like this is to say that it's not just me that, like, I want it, but I don't just want it for me. I want to do better for them, for my family, for, where I grew up, where I came from, my roots, everything, for society, for I want to make a huge impact. Out of all my hardships, I always think positive. I never look at the negative. So that's, first and foremost, that's one of the things that, I've always used that as a motivation. And that's something that they touched on really hard and really heavy. And they did it with so much grace, they hearing their interviews, built me up even more, motivated me even more for this. And, my motivation and why I want this is because, I want this because I want to represent every kid that feels like me, that, any person, male, female, no matter where you're from, that's had, the same battles, the same hardships, that just wants it, that just needs the opportunity, but will want it and grab it and take it and capture it and hold it. I'm that guy, but I really want to tip my hat, if I have one, to y'all because it's made it like it's all honed in, all the late nights, everything. It's all honed in. I always knew they supported me and I had their approval, but to hear in a fashion and the way that they did it in those interviews was just amazing. And I don't know if I would ever have the courage to just ask them directly the questions that y'all asked them. And, it was just amazing. It's a blessing. And I just want to thank y'all for this opportunity. I'm sorry to get all personal and emotional on y'all, but y'all have no idea. I feel blessed even to, made it this far and even to have this opportunity. And I want to thank Gina and ABC once again. I hope to continue with y'all with this show. But I just want to thank you guys, as a dreamer and dreaming and having my dream job in real estate and everything like that, like just hearing the words that they had to say and how they, how they feel about me, in spite of all the hardships, in spite of everything, and the way they built me up and motivated me, that's a dream come true in itself. And I'm so lucky to have them in my life. And I just want to thank y'all for having another opportunity to see that, not in a negative aspect, in a positive light. And I just really appreciate that. So thank you, ABC. Thank you, Gina. Hope to see y'all in LA. All right, guys.